All buildings in this area must be evacuated now. If you can hear this message, evacuate now. If you can hear this message, evacuate now.
Hi, this is Brass Check, and we're recording this on December 27th at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And I'm putting a timestamp on this. I really thought that by now somebody in the Genius law enforcement community or Genius investigative reporter community would have figured out what happened in Nashville by now, but I guess not. Okay, as soon as I heard that recording, that's industrial, okay? That's an alarm system, such as one would have in a building like the AT&T building. Why? Because you have rooms of battery arrays in a building like that that use hydrogen. And you can have hydrogen leaks. And I know nobody goes to school anymore, but hydrogen is super explosive. So here's what probably happened. They had a hydrogen leak. The leak detector noticed it and broadcast the emergency alarm, which was, if you can hear this message, get out of here. Hey, I don't know about gunshots that happened hours before. I don't know about any of that other bullshit. But I do know the moment I heard that alarm that it was not some homegrown terrorist putting a warning on his RV. I mean, how freaking stupid people have to be is beyond belief. But anyway, you can go to Amazon and you can see that, yes, there are hydrogen detectors. It's a thing. You can also see that there, even at the retail consumer level, there are voice alarm systems. You can also Google, if they haven't taken it down yet, that there have been cases where there have been substantial explosions in facilities exactly like AT&T because of a hydrogen leak. So what about the RV? Well, here's the sad thing that probably happened. This guy probably went to town, figured instead of spending the night in a hotel, he'd park downtown, easy to do on Christmas, spend the night in his RV. He happened to park in front of AT&T. The AT&T building blew. Now, maybe it created a second detonation of his propane tank. So they may find this guy and he may have died. And if they blame this on him, I mean, it is just beyond insanity. But I can't imagine another scenario of what happened here. Okay? There's got to be a motivation for this kind of a terrorist act, and there was none. Okay, and if it's this guy, he certainly had no motivation. And the fact, I think now they're saying his dad worked for AT&T 20 years ago. I mean, give me a freaking break. Okay, he parked in the wrong place at the wrong time, and he lost his life, probably, if that's what happened. And that's what happened. But AT&T, here's the thing, guys. AT&T should have told the cops immediately. We had hydrogen in that building. We had an alarm system, and that's what the alarm system said, right? If AT&T couldn't get the donut out of their mouth in time, whoever installed that alarm system or who works in that industry should have called the police and told them, okay? Somehow none of that managed to happen. Maybe you would have thought the police might have known. That's a stretch. They can't know everything. I'll cut them a break there. But they were apparently some idiot woman heard this, don't mean to be sexist, but heard this report, heard this recording, this announcement, and assumed that it was coming from the RV. So they sent that piece of misinformation down the line, and it's just. Well, I get the mistake. I get the mistake that was made at the scene. It's now 2 days later. They haven't figured this out, and now people are talking about a guided missile or it's just I'm flabbergasted. I would have liked to just take the day off today, but apparently nobody in the news media can think straight, or they're deliberately letting you worry. They're just going to let this thing run and make a big deal about it and cause everybody to be fearful. Maybe this was just manna from heaven for them. But if I had to bet, we know it was the AT&T building. We know it was a data center. We know they have batteries. We know in the past, in other places, you can look it up on Google, hydrogen leaks. Hydrogen is highly explosive. They probably had an alarm system. The alarm system was probably fairly sophisticated and wasn't just a little buzzer going off, but actually a voice telling people to get out of here. And that's what everybody heard. And 2 days later, they still haven't figured it out. This is Brass Check, exasperated and signing off.